that. I was working on some clay projects for a hot minute. I actually have another use for that $100 bill now. I don't have one of those like cushion things that you use for clay, and I was using that. I actually want to continue working on the clay here in a little while, but I do want to walk through today's office work real quick. So I'm just clearing some space real quick. I need to take this off actually. And create an entirely new, go back through my pages and do like month to month for referencing. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, I threw out so much stuff. It's super dark in here now. Maybe I should just turn this up and let this be my ring light, so to speak. Wow. Yeah. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's so bright. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. Get it? Alright. Oh, bear with me. My tablet is so freaking killing me. I'll probably end up pulling this stuff back out here in a little bit, but I just want to take a break for a second. I mean, it's a little better. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Lord. Anyway. On to the next, right? So, let me show you real quick what I was working on. Trying to make space here, y'all. I got too much shit on my desk. Alright. I actually just made this one too, because I didn't have anything that went with my gym shirt. So if you see me in a Planet Fitness and wearing this, just say hey. But I made some clay stuff. Gosh, you cannot see it on here at all, can you? Wow. Alright. I haven't baked them yet, so just give me a little bit. But yeah, I'll just show you guys after I bake it. How about that? Hope y'all are having a great Sunday. We're transferring, today's my Monday, so we're transferring all of this stuff over from last week to this week. And we did take a period of time off, so there's that. Oh my gosh. Okay. After I get done baking that, it'll only take a few minutes, but I'll have it live. Some of it I'm going to build off of even after I get done baking it. I'll continue to build on it, and then I'll bake it one more time, and that's it. So, but yeah, that's it for that. And we might work in some of the clay, like I said, at the end of the stream or something like that. But I want to kind of go ahead and do the paperwork wise going into next week. So, also, I ran out of ink, so I can't forward anything. I have to actually like reuse the pages, so that's a bummer. And so once I get ink, probably later today, I'll continue that. So Monday, Tuesday, Sunday right here, Wednesday. Hope y'all are having a good summer. Hope this helps you get back into the vibe of going back to school if you are, for college or work or whatever, wherever you're at in life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There we go. Alright, Sunday. I guess we don't have a Saturday. Or maybe did I leave it in the book? I probably left it in the book. Let's see. Monday. Alright, so today is Sunday. So we'll just put these two together until I can get ink. How about that? And we'll continue to mark down on the ones that aren't marked. This paper saver, right? Earth friendly. Something like that, right? Organic material. ASMR paper shuffling. Y'all seriously come up with the craziest stuff. I swear you do. And I love every minute of it. No? Okay. So we got Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in behind it, even though it was the last week. There. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta layer over your information. Pulling the timeline, for those of you who haven't seen this yet, I'm going to somehow figure out a way to make this into a 3D model of what it is that I'm talking about. So, 3D model. Alright. We've got clay, August. Going into September, y'all. Going into September. What? 2025. Ancient. This one I messed up horribly. Okay. So, there's the schedules. I need to push that forward. Masters for the socials. OTD. Oh, I see loose papers. No bueno. Oh, my squirrel brain. I guess this is getting added to it too. Okay. So we got Monday. Oh, this one's correlated. Hold on. Sunday. Sorry, Al. You're just in here watching me do office work. It's like bring your fan to work day. It's horrible. Right. Some of these are correlated, some of them are in order. Okay. Start it here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday. Don't know what I was doing here Friday. I think I was pulling all the information forward, and I think that's what I need to do again, just to clarify. Wednesday and Monday. That's a weird combo. Skipped over Tuesday and Sunday. Okay. So I'm going to go back real quick. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If y'all don't have an office ASMR yet, you need to. Y'all are like, what is she doing? I don't even know at this point. Resetting my schedules for this week's homeschooling or unschooling or whatever you want to call it. So, this stuff is somewhere in here. There's Mondays. I'm going to put it with Monday because that makes sense, right? Tuesday. I think there was only one for Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Okay. Yeah. Entire schedule pulled forward. Don't have to do that. Yay. But I do have to combine it so this way before I print it this week it'll be done right. Or if you guys are into the digital version, I don't transfer information in the Canva. Yeah, I mean, like, Sunday's my Monday. Thank you, Pacheco. So I'm just realigning all the information that I had for the past couple of weeks into this week's schedule prior to me getting ready to print it for this week. And just trying to get my priorities together. It's not very, successful, but it gets there. So, so yeah, I'm just printing out this week's schedule. Well, I can't print it out yet because I don't have any ink. I actually ran out of ink yesterday in the middle of printing out an eBay order sticker, which was dramatic. I ended up trying to figure out some 90s way of changing the color of the ink somehow in the background. Like, I ended up changing it completely to blue, so this way it would print in color instead of black. So yeah, kudos to 90s computers classes. So, yeah, so I was able to print that out, but I'm not going to be able to do that for all of this week's schedule. So, well, I might be able to because there's not a whole lot of color missing, so I might actually be able to. But I had to go through some kind of editing tool, and I don't even know how I got there, to be honest with you. So, I know it was like click, 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 and somewhere in there I found something that worked. So, yay. Let's see. So yeah, I'm just pulling forward all the information for next week, and that way when I do get a chance to print it out, I could just go ahead and have it in there. Because we utilize the Google Calendar, as well as we're currently building out a PDF in Canva. So this way, I was hoping to have it done a while ago, but I put the pro in procrastination and don't work on it on a daily basis like I should, and don't have it done yet. So we're still working on that. And accountability. So we're still working on that, and I would like to have it at least done by the end of this year. Let's just give it, some time here. And that way, going into the new year, you guys can start off your entrepreneurship in your new business in the new year. Because remember, we're saving receipts. We're starting to talk about how to do things on the side, how to become a business, how to utilize your own current situation. So this way you can build your way up, and that way you can use what's going on in the world today in your real life, but also understanding that the traditions and the rules and the laws still apply. Feel me? So, and keeping up with those, because they're going to keep changing. Not just for it's for everyone. So, unschooling really is no age limit. You could be any age and be unschooled. Um, so, uh, so yeah. You will hear a lot of me talking about the socials only because it's a hot topic right now. Um, the seller sites, that's something that you guys can look into. If that's something that you want to do on the side, it's just an example. You guys have other opportunities everywhere around you all the time. Okay, like for example, I did tree work. I did lawn care service. I did um, shoveling driveways. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to think that old school way of being in the new age. You know what I mean? And it's not always going to be the same way, right? Um, Same concept, just different, right? And so that's why I keep telling you guys to use your imagination and to continue to come up with different ideas. If an idea comes to you and you feel like it's stupid, it's really not stupid. It's coming to you so you can relay that out into the universe, right? Um, you're the only creator that there is. So even just by talking about it, or drawing it, or writing it down, or creating something from the idea or the concept, or maybe it was just a thought that came across your head and then it caused this other thought that ended up causing this other thought, but that thought was the one that you ended up creating from. Life's weird like that. So, um, so when I tell you guys about the seller sites and stuff like that, it's just to get you your foot in the door and get some gears turning here. Okay, you do not have to specifically do seller sites. I talk about influencing, like becoming an influencer or doing an affiliation with said companies for transition of finances to come to you through, say sharing your links, or if you're eBay, Etsy, whatnot, TikTok, Facebook. You got to think how many different levels that there are in this world times whatever it is that you're doing, right? Like even if you're a niche person, you still have to like apply that in different layers, right? So there's different levels of people. So there's different aspects that they're going to look at, and there's different things that they're going to be looking for, right? So you have to be able to meet each area of each person to be able to push that further out, right? So like when you're doing your advertising and stuff, maybe the way that you've always done it is in your native language, right? Try it in another language also. Just try it. Let's see, what else? Cross posting. Like I said, as far as you guys utilizing the advertising, we've been talking about AI this entire time with all the QR codes, and I've been telling you guys, make them into stickers, make them into shirts, put them on hats, do all this stuff, right? Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the rose. I think for the I'm not sure if it's the rose or the bear, but I have to sing. So y'all pick a song, by the way. So yeah, put the QR codes on everything now, okay? Because the AI is going to be watching everywhere. So also don't forget to put out your wish lists for those of you who actually may want somebody to sponsor something for you. You can put out your codes for your Cash App or your Venmo or whatever donation site that you're using. Marketing for merchandising. I mean, not marketing for marketing and merchandising. So, for the most part, a lot of us don't really think about like a brand name until we start getting out there, right? And so thinking about a brand name, maybe a logo. What does that mean to you? Do you already have merchandise like stickers, keychains, cups, whatever your thing is? Are you going to plan on making some merchandise? Do you have a website for it? Do you collaborate with other people? Think about a budget for this as well, because you're going to have some kind of transportation possibly, or if you have a way to do it digitally, kudos to you. And don't forget your thank yous. When people start following you and telling you like all of these things, or they start subscribing, or just coming in more often, or sharing roses, or giving likes, or just being more interactive, like, don't forget those people, right? You have to thank them along the way. You have to thank the people who have been there to support you the entire time, as well as the people who were against you. Because the people who were against you, if they weren't against you, you wouldn't be where you are anyway. So, using our weaknesses as our bricks to our foundation is how we're going to be able to start pushing forward in this. And the hardest thing for you to be able to do is to face yourself and all of that. So, welcome to Stationary Sunday on Unschooling. You okay, babe?
Yeah, I'm just jotting down some notes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, today is Stationary Sunday, like I said, and we will be going over. As soon as I can turn the page. Well, that's Monday. Hold on, I just restacked it too. Why did I not realize that? All right. So pulling up the calendar. For those of you who are not into unschooling, have a nice day. Let's see. Where's the calendar? Wow, a lot of you guys joined today. Y'all are awesome. Just double checking Twitch because I'm on Twitch as well right now. Just a different angle. Where was I going with this? Calendar, right? Yeah, calendar. Nope, that's not the right calendar. Gotta go to the other one. My bad. Okay. Calendar. Massive mudslide in Switzerland. What's going on with the Earth, man? We'll also pull cards for today, also too, for this week. I guess I'll just type it in because I don't have anything to write it on. All right, so today is August 10th, 2025. And today is the last day of Cryptid Core. Tomorrow starts the first day of Bosozoku. Sorry. And for some aesthetic, y'all can Google that. Morning messages, yeah. The live sites. Today we are only on TikTok and Twitch. I don't have Kick set up. I'll be honest with you, Kick gives me a lot of bots. So, fair warning. Weather check today. It is going to be 91. 62 is going to be the low. I don't know about y'all, but this past couple of days have been freaking awesome. October has commenced. So, weather check. Morning routine. Didn't do a damn thing other than take a shower. That was it. Wardrobe, just threw something on. No, this is not part of the OOTD. I actually need to fix this, but do wear it to the gym every once in a while. Media management. Today is a Make Content Day. For those of you who don't already have existing content, or do already have existing content, today is a multi-posting day. So make sure that you are going ahead in your schedules and putting out that content for for the rest of the week. Go ahead and set it up for the schedule. Like I said, I was old school way of doing printing out the schedule that I had and transferring all of the information that we had previously written into the book to the next week. You can do this also digitally. This is something that I'm personally working my own personal transition from paper to digital. So y'all are behind the scenes working with me on this. So yeah, schedules. Go ahead and schedule out the multi-posting, multi-streaming if you guys do that. Go ahead and post out your schedules for what you guys are going to be doing for this next week to give you guys, for your fans and stuff, something to look forward to. Usually try to have those out by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when the events happen, going into the weekend. By the time that the weekend is there, people are already doing their own thing unless they're specifically planning for your event. So think in that concept, right? As far as Amazon, I did have a note on here. I don't know if y'all know about this or not. Specifically on TikTok, you can link your Amazon to your TikTok. For those of you who are buyers, okay? I don't know what this means about sellers, but just fair warning. So there's that. Whatnot, still need to learn about the program. eBay. I actually did make some sales on the eBay this weekend, which was yay. So it's starting to move again. We are coming out of retrograde on the 11th. We will have a little bit of a shadow period after that. So continue to pay attention to your surroundings as well as your electronics. Make sure that, if there's any miscommunications, understand and give grace. So, um, on the eBay site, I'll probably be adding more items. Etsy, I'll definitely be adding more items. These will be added to the Etsy specifically, as well as the eBay. And I have not shared an Amazon link, but all of my Amazon links always work at all times. No matter how old they're posted, all of my Amazon links will always work. So if you guys want to sponsor me or want to get me a portion of the commission that comes from your purchases, it's not an add-on cost, but if you click on my link and just order through Amazon like regular, like you would have anyways, I actually get a percentage off of that. So as an affiliate of Amazon. So I'm still continuing to share that, and that's something that you guys could look into too, is like I said, these links never expire. So something I posted from earlier this year, if you click on it and then you just end up ordering something through it, I'm still going to get a commission on that. So think about that for you guys. I know that y'all could have probably a lot better luck with this than I can. I've just been kind of light touching, going in like a bull in a china closet. That way we can kind of find out what the issues are when you go in and you don't understand what you're doing, so we can find the weakest links and weakest points of it from a viewer standpoint, right? Or even a seller standpoint, first time ever usage, right? So you're basically getting a behind the scenes review of these sites, as well as like what it's like for someone who's never done this before. We always get these grand ideas and people keep telling us about all these trends and stuff like that, or business ideas and things that, could make us a whole lot of money. And then we invest all of our money into it, or even just our time into it. And we don't really see much of a return. So I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. But any little bit of time that you have, I would like for you guys to have it to where it continues to work in the background for you while you're working on other things, okay? You're light touching this every single day. It's just a light touch. I'm literally showing you guys these script, I guess you would call it, schedule, where it goes from 5 o'clock in the morning all the way to 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's not accurate because I'm literally running through it in like an hour or two. So me light touching on this for you guys right now is going to be a more in-depth look into all of these aspects, right? And for us to be able to continue to be, like business aspects do this as well, where they look at multiple different points of view of the same topic. It's the same thing. So when I'm running through this schedule, per se, right? It's different aspects of everything that you would already have had in your everyday, or maybe possibly would like to try to do, but without having to deal with the upfront chaos and nonsense. I do that. So, you end up, running through all of this stuff in the video with me before you even get a chance to do anything. So this way you can see from a firsthand point of view, like what it is that you're facing. Granted, your path's going to be different than mine. You may have more knowledge than me. You may have less knowledge than me. So it is what it is, right? And for me personally, there's certain aspects of this, and it'll happen for you too, where it'll loop back around, much like that of the timeline that I was telling you guys about. The aspects of this will loop back around into your life in different ways, right? because everything that we do is connected to it, each other, everything. So even though I'm saying, like, okay, well, today's house chores, I need to take the trash out and clean the office, somehow that's going to end up affecting the rest of the week. Okay? And I'm going to have to come back to it if I don't do it. So if I don't take the trash out, or if Jeff doesn't take the trash out today, tomorrow it's going to affect tomorrow, because tomorrow is trash day. And unless you want to last minute hurry up and do whatever, you know what I mean? So it's being proactive in my own life, as well as for you guys, and as well as looking at different aspects that you may not have looked at before, so, and learning along the way. And that's what we do in life. We continue to learn as we grow and get older. So, well, that's all let's do. So today actually is also P.O. Box and Reply. I have not been to the P.O. Box lately. I actually have not received any fan mail lately, so I don't have any replies. Today is a light touch for all of your cash applications, whether it's cash on hand, Cash App, Venmo, Square, PayPal, your banks, your gift cards, any kind of savings accounts. You want to look at those today, so this way you can see what you have going forward, right? I know that's that one thing that you don't want to do after the weekend's done. You know what I mean? Especially going into this week, but that light touch on the money is going to help you be able to get a little bit more of a handle on what you're looking forward to, whether it's positive or negative. I don't know. That's all on y'all. Also, double check your paid sites. If you have any seller sites, sometimes they hold the money until a certain amount of time, or a certain amount is in there. So you can set up your sites to have it automatically deducted, or you can have it where it manually deducts after a certain amount of money is in there. So keep an eye on those. I know for myself with Twitch, I have to keep an eye on that to see how many pennies I made today. And savings percentage. Sometimes, like, say, for example, with me, I'm working with Cash App's Roundup as well as savings accounts. So Cash App actually has it within, and I'm not sponsored, they have it within the app where you can actually set up your own savings account, or you can also do this for your kids if you have any kids, where they have their own Cash App and you can actually transfer in between each other. I did this with a bank account. I actually went to the credit union at one period of time, and I got bank accounts for all my kids, and I was able to transfer their like their chore money, or if they needed, money to go out or something like that. I was able to transfer their money right there, and I didn't have a problem with it. Nowadays, you have a lot more access to that, but when they were younger, I didn't. So that to me was like astounding. So I was a little ahead of my time, so to speak. But so percentage of interest, especially if you do have a bank account, sometimes that does add up, especially after the end of the year. Loans, and you also want to keep an eye on your credit score. I believe after the age of 18, you guys can get one free credit score a year. Don't quote me on that, though. So you might want to look into that. And don't get me wrong, you're going to get a lot of spammy stuff when you go to look up that information, because it's like the number one place for all those little bots to come roaming and stay in. So, but yeah, you'll probably get like some random stuff. If it says sponsored, I wouldn't click on it. Let's see. So that's light touch for the finances today. Today is a no gym day, so the +1 routine will start possibly this week. I don't know. I haven't really talked to Jeff about it yet. So daily treadmill stats and live sessions. I've been going live on TikTok specifically, so for those of you who are on my YouTube or on my Twitch, come check me out on TikTok. And subscribe. So I'm thinking about doing the gym as a series. So just kind of like a heads up for that one. So thrifting is another thing. I actually did go live thrifting the other day. I don't know that I would do that anymore. If I did, it would probably be a rarity. So I don't want to say that I'm going to continue doing that. And plus, there are other shops and stuff that we go to that I haven't even done that in yet. So anyway, um, supper. I actually don't have any idea what I'm making for supper tonight. I do have a pork loin out to thaw, but I was gonna separate that up into 3 different meals. Sorry for those of y'all who don't eat pork. Um, Clean up and water garden. We do have to work in the garden today. I didn't know it was going to be 91 out today, so it'll probably be later this evening. Um, but we do need to like really clean up the garden and everything. Plus, I'm going to be tearing stuff out and um, what's the word I'm looking for? Retilling the ground where I had my spring harvest now for fall. So I'm a little late planting my fall garden, but that's okay because North Carolina, right? Right. So, um, yeah. So clean up and water garden and nightly routine is shave. But I actually got new razors yesterday, which was I'm super happy about because mine lasted a while and I needed a new one. Um, and also don't forget to switch loads for those of you who need to hear that. Power down. The new charging station is actually working amazingly because I do not have to constantly be worrying about freaking cords right next to the bed. I actually moved it to the opposite corner of the room, and there was already a table there, but it had a bunch of like stuffies and like stuff on it. And so I cleaned it off and only put back on there the things that I was trying to make for that space. And so, like, a lot of it was like CDs, and we have like a station on the other side of the dresser for like CDs and stuff. And then, like, the stuffies, there was only 2 that were Jeff's, so I ended up putting them on his side of his bed. And mine, I think I ended up putting the one that was over there behind the mirror. So yeah, the mirror is actually in front of the desk. It's kind of like a weird setup, but um, so the speaker and stuff is actually behind the mirror, and on the other side is where the charging station is. So it's kind of like hidden away from sight, but at the same time, like I know exactly where it is, and I know like I don't have to fight anything to get to it. So it's really cool. I like it. Um, let's see. Hold on, let me go back. Hope y'all are having a good day. Oh my gosh, there's so many y'all that came in here. Let me go back through the list real quick. Ellen, Mark Goetz, Tommy, Corey, Frankie, Tony, AR, Leonard, Aging Gracefully, Rick, Frank, Jesse, Joseph, Paul, Dog, Dad, Jake, Sugar, Lenny, Scarface, Flatfoot, Not Again, Robert, Ziggy, Jared, Chef Rob, Kelly, Tutafulo. What? Can't even read that. Uh, Irecat, Johnny, Martin, Hopsing, Young Money, North, by horror. Mark something, um, Pacheco, Drifter, Austin, Amir, Elner, Davian, AJ, Fazir, Georgia, Brandon, Hernan, Pondier, Annie, Cheddar, Surrey, 601 Jones, Sean, Tamarla, 601 Jones, hey, Bobby, Pacheco, uh, Outlaws, Jesus, Salinas, and Dos Metis. I'm probably saying all these names wrong, but y'all know. So, anyway, okay. Uh, Dang, I just like ran through that in a hot minute, didn't I? Yeah. All right. So we're gonna pull up the calendar, and for those of you who are not into tarot cards, I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Wonderful day. And for those of you who are, welcome. All right. I'm just setting this to the side for right now, and I'm gonna use this paper that I like horribly printed out. Disgusting nonsense on. All right. Setting this down here. Oh, it's heavy now. Oh my gosh. All right. The mouse to the side. So we're going to actually pull one card for every day of the week for the coming up week. And since I don't know tarot cards, we're going to Google what the meaning of it is. And we're going to do it together. Okay? So each one of the cards is going to be, let's just say it's a message from the universe. May or may not apply to you, so take what will. So, like I said, we're just going to do a little shuffle. And we're going to pull one card for each day of the week, and we're going to look up what the meaning of each one of those cards is. Now, I personally do something called a twist of fate. We're midweek. I twist the middle section of the cards and give us a twist of fate of what possibly could happen or possibly could not happen for the rest of the week. Okay? So something changing, something twisting of fate, a change that happens. Usually in your favor. So here is the twist of fate, where I'm just literally turning it around and turning another section around again. So that way not all the cards are in the same direction also. I don't only read right side up, I read both sides, reversed as well as upright, and because I just feel it's better. This is used as a tool, okay, and it just helps you to get a better understanding of yourself and the world around you. This is my understanding. So, as a baseline for those of you, depending on what you believe in or not believe in, or if you just think that this is some nonsense or whatever, to each their own. But yeah, so I've shuffled it plenty of times now, as you can tell, and I'm going to pull them while I'm here. Every time I pull a card up, I'm going to lay it down, and it's going to mean each day. So I want one card for each day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the overall for the week is Page of Pentacles reverse, waterfall, background noises, ASMR, all by yours one and only truly Joy. So anyway, so I'm going to look up each one of these, and I'm going to show you guys the cards, and we're going to find out what the meaning for each one of it is. This is general, not specific. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Overall. Since I don't have my calendar in front of me, I have to kind of just do whatever, right? By the way, you guys need to pick a song. Pick a song for me to sing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a calendar for this week. And pull up a Google search. I know. Okay. All right, now I got it. All right. So Google search. First one is, and I'm gonna actually say it out loud. The Chariot reversed. And you guys can do your own search. You can do your own meaning, whatever it is. But the Chariot reversed card in tarot generally signifies a loss of control, lack of direction, or a struggle to achieve goals. May be feeling overwhelmed, indecisive, lack of motivation. There may be obstacles and setbacks, inner conflict, self-doubt, fear of failure, lack of self-belief. There's a possibility of it being too controlling, aggressive, lack of willpower, a need for introspection, and possible relationship issues. The advice, says it advises a lack of control, direction, or focus, potentially leading to setbacks. It can also indicate a need to reassess goals, release control, or seek help. Cards suggest taking a pause to realign with your true desires and inner self before moving forward. Okay, so Monday is Chariot in reverse. Hold on, let me see if you guys can even see this card. Okay. There's a possibility. Okay, so there's a possibility that you can actually see something in this card for yourself, and whatever it is that you see in it, whatever the first thing that comes to your mind, second thing that comes to your mind, that is the thought that's attached to whatever this card means for you. Now, it could be a symbol, it could be a number, a letter, it could be an image, it could be a color. For those of you who are on Twitch, I'm like over here. So there is Monday. Okay, so I would say stall, something like with stalling, not moving forward, feeling stuck, possibly stuck in traffic. Definitely retrograde-ish, because we're what, the 10th, 11th? Yeah, tomorrow's the last day of retrograde, so it's gonna go out with a bang, y'all. Chariot reversed for Monday. So there's that. Where was I? Okay. So need for reassessment. So on Monday, you need to reassess your outbound, whatever it is that's going outbound, right? So let go of control, avoid obstacles, realigning your focus, internal reflection, taking responsibility, trusting your abilities, overcoming fear, learning from past mistakes, being mindful of progress, choosing your battles, balance and moderation, and patience and stillness. So that's Monday. Okay. So Tuesday is the High Priestess reversed. Okay. Indicates disconnect from intuition, potential secrets, or lack of clarity. Blocked intuition, secrets, and hidden information. Lack of clarity, external influences. Sorry, for those of you who can't see it. Just whatever you see on the card is whatever's coming to your mind, right? So, lack of clarity, external influences, need for self-reflection, questioning authority, possible deception. If it's in love, there may be a potential, can lead to a point to a lack of emotional clarity in relationship, potential secrecy or hidden issue, or a need to trust your intuition about your partner. May highlight a need to be more authentic in your relationships and not suppress your true feelings. In career, it can indicate a period of challenges, obstacles, and a need for caution in your professional life. It may also suggest a need to trust your instincts when making career decisions and seek guidance from trusted sources. In health reading, it can indicate a need to pay attention to your body's signals and address any potential health issues, especially if you've been ignoring them. It may also suggest a need for self-care and to replenish your energy and well-being. So Tuesday is blocked intuition. So trust yourself. All right, so on Tuesday, there's a need to trust yourself. You need to reassess your behaviors and your responses and stuff on Monday, but by Tuesday, you need to trust yourself. So, okay, so it's Wednesday. Queen of Swords upright. Queen of Swords upright. So, here's this card. Upright in the tarot reading generally signifies intellectual clarity, independence, and a focus on truth and logic. Suggests a person who is sharp-witted, perceptive, and able to make clear, unbiased judgments based on facts rather than emotions. This card can represent a person who is self-reliant, a good communicator, and someone who values honesty and integrity. Intellectual strength and clarity, independence and self-reliance, honesty and directness, setting boundaries, potential challenges, being overly critical, detached, or emotionally unavailable. Represents a person in your life, which could be a wise, intelligent woman who offers you valuable advice, or someone who is independent and assertive. Indicates a need to develop your own intellectual strength, cultivate your own analytical skills, and learn to trust your intuition. I keep saying this. This card can be a reminder to be honest and direct with your communication and to protect your own energy. Overall, Upright is a powerful card that encourages you to embrace your intellect, stand strong in your truth, and make decisions based on logic and clarity. Again, it's telling you to trust your intuition. I think like the clear communication and boundaries was the two that came out to mind for me. Let's see. All right, so Thursday is 10 of Wands reversed. So this is Thursday. 10 of Wands reversed. Sorry for those who can't see it. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Generally signifies a release from burdens, a need to delegate, and a potential for burnout if not careful. It suggests that the querent might be carrying too much responsibility, either from themselves or from others, and that it's time to reassess, prioritize, and seek support. Key themes is to release burdens, delegation and support, burnout prevention, prioritization, taking a break. In relationships, it is feeling heavy or burdened at this time to share the load or let go of unnecessary baggage. In career, it could be a sign of overwork and a need to delegate tasks to prevent burnout. In spirituality, it might suggest that you're holding on to past hurts or rigid beliefs that are hindering your growth, and it's time to release them. In general, it could mean that you're feeling overwhelmed by your current situation and need to find a way to lighten your load. Possible negative aspects is that if it is not addressed, the reverse 10 of Wands can point to a potential for resentment, exhaustion, and feeling trapped by responsibilities. In essence, the reverse of 10 of Wands encourages you to lighten your load, prioritize your well-being, and seek support when needed. Okay, so prioritize well-being. Okay, so that's Thursday. Friday, we have the Strength in reverse. Strength in reverse indicates a lack of self-confidence, of inner strength, and courage. It can also signify a tendency towards self-doubt, anxiety, and being overly harsh on oneself. It may suggest the need to address unhealthy habits or anxieties and cultivate inner resilience. Self-doubt and anxiety, lack of self-control, external challenges, codependency, and domineering behavior. Remember, this is by Friday, so specific areas in love can indicate a lack of confidence, a fear of vulnerability, or unhealthy relationship dynamics. It may be time to work on building self-esteem and establishing healthy boundaries. Again, with the boundaries. Career, it could suggest a lack of confidence in your abilities or a fear of taking risks. It may be necessary to address self-doubt and find ways to assert yourself more confidently. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to actually feel this burst of confidence by the end of the week. You're going to feel like a weight has been taken off your shoulders, so to speak. Strength card and health matters can highlight the need to address unhealthy habits, manage anxieties, and cultivate inner strength to improve overall well-being. And overall, the reverse strength card encourages reflections on your inner resources and how you're using your own power. It suggests a need to address self-doubt, cultivate self-compassion, and find healthy ways to navigate challenges. So, like, a lot of self-care on Friday. You may feel like you don't have the strength, like you're just exhausted. Like by Friday, you've already had to reassess everything in your life. You had to learn how to trust yourself. You had to understand how to communicate clearly exactly what your boundaries are to prioritize your own well-being and your self-care. By Friday, you're going to be exhausted. That's a lot. So Saturday, Five of Pentacles reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. It often signifies a turning point or a shift in circumstances. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this way you guys can see it pretty well. A move away from hardship or difficult times. You guys might be moving this weekend, or you might be going on a trip. Recovering from financial struggles, improving health, renewed sense of hope and optimism. Reversal can also indicate a need to let go of unhealthy relationships or situations that have been draining your resources. So, recovery and healing, light at the end of the tunnel, release from isolation, renewed hope, financial stability. Warning against repetition. Please don't spend your entire paycheck this weekend. Steering clear of negative influences, scarcity mindset. Okay. Reversal of Five of Pentacles is often a positive sign that you are moving away from challenging circumstances and towards a more stable and hopeful future. It encourages you to embrace the positive changes underway and let go of anything that is holding you back as of Saturday, this coming Saturday. All right, so Saturday is Five of Pentacles reversed. And we are looking at recovery. So by Sunday, we are I can't remember if this one was. Oh, that's a tricky trickster. Six of Pentacles upright. I can't remember if this was upright or reversed now. Yep, it was upright. Okay. Signifies generosity, giving and receiving, and financial stability. So somebody might actually be getting a pretty good, if not paycheck, some kind of financial windfall by this weekend. Or you may just be feeling very generous. Suggests a time of balance of giving and receiving. Remember, you're just now learning these boundaries, right? You're just learning enough about yourself to be in recovery mode, actively in recovery mode. So you might actually feel like generous, or like you can financially give to charity of some kind. Financial stability and balance, receiving help. You might be finding out by Sunday that you've been approved for some kind of assistance, whoever that's for. Reciprocity and harmony, gratitude and sharing. This might not just be financially. This could also, depending on what your definition of wealth is, okay? As of Sunday, it is a time to be charitable and generous, a reminder to appreciate your own blessings and share them with others. It's an indication that you may receive help or support from someone else, a signal of financial stability and prosperity, and an invitation to find balance in giving and receiving. The Six of Pentacles is a positive card, suggesting that you are in a position to both give and receive, creating a harmonious and abundant flow in your life. So, generosity. See, you're also going from the 5 to the 6 too. So I already see like maybe a possibility for a raise, or finding out that you're qualified to get a raise or something like that. But I think that you're really needing to assess like the people that are around you now, and like as soon as possible, or like the places and things around you. But I mean, I could be wrong. Hold on. The overall for the week is Page of Pentacles reversed. Lack of focus, procrastination, and potential of missed opportunities. It can also indicate a loss of. Stupid thing. I swear. There. On the TikTok studio, it makes you do that little scrolly thing. Anyway, sorry. Back to what I was saying. Indicated loss of passion, feeling burnt out, or difficulty in committing to a path. In a love reading, it may highlight immaturity or a struggle with taking responsibility. Lack of focus and procrastination, loss of passion and burnout, immaturity and irresponsibility, financial instability, need for grounding and practicality. This week is a good week to reevaluate your goals and aspirations, break down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps, seek out new perspectives and ideas, reignite your passion, take responsibility for your choices, and manage your finances wisely. That's for the whole week. Okay. So, getting a grasp, we've got to. Sometimes, yeah, we want to fall off the face of the earth and we don't want to do anything anymore, but sometimes we got to grab the bull by the horns, even if it's our own horns. So, putting the pro in procrastination, that's my job. So, leave that to me. Y'all, get back to it. So, yeah. All right. We've got that. Let me see what I see first. Let me see what I see. Let me see what I see. What do I see? What do we see? Definitely don't feel like you have much fight left in you. There's almost like this warrior spirit that's like buried right now and like all this uncertainty. I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, when you like for referencing for the possibly moving to a new department thing, or to a new city or to a new area, like you might just be like retrograde exhausted. You know what I mean? Like, we're done with all the news that we're getting. We're done with all the changes. Everybody's just exhausted, right? Like, mentally, physically, spiritually, like elementally. Like, we're just, you know? And I feel like you kind of can really, like, it's so strong that you sense it more than you actually are acknowledging it, right? Or maybe you're being forced to acknowledge this. So the universe is kind of like saying to you, like, all right, hey, this week, y'all need to chill the fuck out because you're doing too much. You know what I mean? So you're doing the most over here, okay? So y'all need to also reassess your boundaries with people and like manipulation types. You know what I mean? Like the type of people that you feel better when you're away from them. Let them stay away. I feel like, okay, even if there are some kinds of cracks in your foundation, I feel like you have the missing pieces to fill in those voids. You just don't realize, like, you have it, and I don't think you realize like how much your worth really is. Like how much the worth of that piece is. Whatever that means for y'all. Um, I feel like you've been kind of like searching for answers, maybe for a while, and like it feels like time has been like ticking by, but like really slowly. So it only feels like it's a whole clock, but it feels like it's been the entire clock already, but it's only been a few minutes, kind of thing. Like you may feel that this week. You may feel almost like time slowing down and you want to speed up. Like you internally feel rushed, like you're dun, 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 ready to go into action, right? But like you have to practice that pause this week. You have to, like I said, reassess, trust yourself, clear communication, boundaries, prioritize well being, self care, recovery. Oh, I forgot to write down what Six of Pentacles was. But it was 5 to 6, by the way. So you go ahead and look forward to maybe finding money or finding out that you're due money somewhere. Um, it's not much, it's a little bit. Maybe you'll find like change on the ground or something. Like it's a 5 to 6. So it's an improvement, but it's not the Ace of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not winning the lottery. You're just like, you might get a raise, or someone might give you some money, or you might come across like an opportunity to make some more money. Like say somebody comes up to you and be like, "Hey, can you work this weekend?" Even though it sucks, you're the one that has to decide whether or not you have that boundary or not. Like, are you willing to have your weekend for yourself, or are you willing to go into work and give up your weekend kind of concept? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a give and take in all of this. So, um, someone is still watching. And again, I feel like you're kind of like, just, I said the burnout thing, but like, I feel like you're just so exhausted because this dragon in reverse and this lion in reverse is showing me like a lack of strength, a lack of the will to fight, or the ability to, like, you feel cornered, right? Because there's like rocks on either side of this character. Um, this cat even looks like it's underwater. So you may feel like you're drowning in like work or something by Thursday, but by Friday, like you're just like, okay, enough of this. You know what I mean? So come Saturday, you're just like, oh, you might end up taking the weekend off, or doing something. You might end up going camping this weekend, or maybe you just have a bonfire out back or something like that, or maybe you end up going to an event where people are not what you're used to seeing. um, you may go to a party and meet somebody that's from a different place, or you may go to a family function and find out that your roots run in deeper than you thought. That was random for somebody. I don't know what that was for, but y'all run with that. Music has something to do with it for Saturday. Also, you might be listening to ethnic music. Something having to do with roots. I keep seeing like DNA chain and roots. And it's like, I don't want to say tropical, but like ethnicity, like has something to do with it. Not trying to be like that, but it does. It's giving that. You may get a surprise by Sunday. Like you may end up finding out that there's somebody in your family that you didn't know about. What? What? That was random too. I don't know why I'm staying stuck on those, but like you may have been like living your life thinking that this is how it is. And come this weekend, you come to find out that it's not. That's specific for somebody. I don't know who that was for. Because remember, I said trickster energy, trickster energy. There's somebody like who knows this information, might use it like maybe like a blackmailing kind of situation, maybe a third party. Yeah, third party situation possibly. And they've been watching maybe social media, all of it. They've seen you. They've watched you work diligently on this too. Like you've been through some shit. That's crazy. But they've also like watched you through your struggles, because you have the sun here looking through the butterfly of change while you're drowning, even though you're a lion, scorpion slash whatever. You're clawing your way out of this hole right now, and you're you're leaning towards change and you're going towards the sun, which is the highest card of the deck. But because of the fact that it's in reverse, you feel like you don't have enough strength to get through it, but you're right there. You're freaking right there. And I don't know why, but like burning the roots for some reason. What does that have to do with anything? There's a lot of fire. So maybe it's a fire sign energy. So I see the sun in the corner here, the sun in the corner here. Maybe it has something to do with two suns and time. Roots, burning the roots. Someone's celebrating burning the roots of these two suns. Someone may find out that they're not an only child. Maybe someone was trying to hide the past of something. I feel like you've been under attack for a while now. Like whether it's spiritual attack or like you just have like a lot of things, constantly like happening, moments that are just like compiling, like stupid little things possibly, like, oh, I stubbed my toe today, and then, oh, the door handle broke off, and then, oh, I dropped all my clay or something. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those things actually did happen in my life here recently. So so I mean, it's like that. It's like you have a lot of these stupid little things happening, and you're just like, I'm Soren. I'm just gonna stand tall on this little brick of weakness, and I'm going to build from this point. And I think you find that strength within yourself of those missing pieces that you thought were empty, right? That you always had them. You just didn't realize that they were there and how much they were worth. Like what you did. Okay, like remember back in the day, we had to do like the matching the square, circle, triangle. You're a little kid, right? And they give you this toy, and all it has is a little cutout of a square, circle, and a triangle, and you have to try to match them, right? And then everybody puts a circle in the fucking square. But anyway, so but it's like that. It's like you're finally finding that you can put the circle in the square. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be just those things. It doesn't have to be one way. You can still have the traditional, which is the original item, right? You have the traditional, but you can look at that tradition in a different way. Okay? And for those of you who don't know, go look. Okay? Um, so and this is just my personal perspective. You guys can run with whatever. Maybe it's a word that I say. Maybe it's something, maybe it is something that I say. Maybe it's something in one of the cards. Maybe the imagery or the colors or the numbers or, whatever it correlates to you. Whatever you got from this. Not the guess. It's right after the guess is the intuition, right? Because at first you have the guess and then you have it, right? So... or no, first you have the intuition and then you have the guess. So whatever you thought of first, right, was the intuition, and the guess is what the reality changed that intuition to be. Okay, they could still be the same answer, but and when it is the same answer, you kind of get like shocked. So, are you working on the doorway?
Yeah, but that thing broke anyways. It fell on the ground and broke his hand.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Put the round peg in a square hole.
Yeah. So. So yeah, pace yourself this week. Yeah. So there's that. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Sunday. So Monday, Chariot in reverse. Whatever you get from that imagery. Tuesday. Now, mind you, my camera sucks. Wednesday, and I shake a little bit. Thursday, just whatever you get from it, whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. Friday, and like I said, you guys can Google this yourself if you want. I'm not BSing. This is legitimately what the cards mean, and it's from Google. So, and you can take these exact cards for those of you who are readers and assess it however you need to, and let me know if I'm right. Saturday, sorry, and Sunday. So, no third party action this weekend, please. Because, like, if you go to a club or something, don't think that you're going to get away with, that you're not going to get caught. Oh, yeah, you're definitely getting caught. Oh, and she's going to. Anyway. Yeah. There's definitely a truth coming out, that's for sure. It's going to feel foreign. Might be with a foreigner. Or a foreigner may come into your life. Something with roots. I don't know why I keep getting roots. Whatever that word means for you. Yeah, someone definitely feels very weak. Like so exhausted with life right now. Just overwhelming. I would definitely find, like, you know how, like, they always say, like, find a safe space or find, like, maybe go out into nature. Safety first, but um, like something like that. Yeah, you've been inside for too long. You need to get outside. Even if it's just like going for a walk or something. Like I said, safety first. Pay attention to your surroundings also. And for some reason, it's telling me to clean up your space. Oh, I don't know if I want to say that on here. There's a Star of David on this one, and it has it where the symbolism. What does that have to do with Israel? Something about a map. Land. No, it's not on land. It's in the water. It's a map in the water. Chained to different elements in different ways. It seems never ending. Stuck in a cycle, a loop. 400. If any of this means anything to y'all, please let me know. Wings. I'm hearing burn the desert. don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That's crazy. I just literally like hmm, arrows, arrowheads, arrowheading, aerospace. This looks almost like a different language to me, but not like if it is one of Earth, then it's like a mixture, which is weird. I don't know why that one specific card. It's the World card, not Chaos. Not today. So yeah. A lot of eyes. Lots of eyes. Lots of fire. Fire! Alright, so there's that. And the card that I was looking at, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but this was the card that I was looking at specifically. And what I was talking about was the Star of David being stuck, chained in a cycle, and that there is a map, literally a map right here in the ocean, having something to do with that. Commitment, maybe a word. Maybe there's like there's something going on with that. Okay, I'm not sure exactly. Y'all check it out. Y'all look at it and tell me what you think. But yeah, there's something going on with that specifically right now, and I don't know. I don't want to get into details because it could come back on me negatively, and I don't want to do that. So, because I know that right now there's a lot of tension right in that situation. So, but it was brought to my attention, so I want to bring it to y'all's attention. So, anyway, so there's that. There might be tension this week in that area. Might be feeling bound. So yeah. I'm going to kick off here since I already went ahead and did all that I said I was going to do. It's been an hour and a half, so I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for the rose. Since y'all didn't, I don't know if you guys told me a song. Did you tell me a song? I'm looking back through the chat. Chattery, Jones, Kenneth, Bobby, Raditz, Patry, Outlaws, Dismedics, King Me, RJ, Stinger, Schwarzenwald, Maxo, Mr. Right, Home Cook Dave, Up to Body Cam, Double D. Um, so yeah, alright. For those of you who are on my YouTube and Twitch, I hope y'all have a good day.